Today I want to show you my new live setup. I built it to make possible for me to improvise and start with a blank project and just build something. So the brain of the system is my Elektron Octatrack that sequence my Perfourmer MKII. From there we go into two chain of effects, into the Model1 into my Autobahn, and then stereo recording in my DAW. So let's break it down. I'm using my MIDI channel on the Octatrack to sequence the four channels of the four voices of the Perfourmer. Each voice is a synth. It has its own control, it's all hands-on, so basically it's like having four different synths in a box. I love this thing, I really like it because it allows me to really experiment with the sound, and then you can also make each voice interact with each other, and then is when you create very interesting, unexpected result. So here I have my MIDI sequencing. From there, basically I use four track of the Octatrack to listen to what this guy is doing. Basically I have one true track on track 1 and one true track on track 3. Track 2 and 4 are just neighbors to allow me to have more effects. So I use this little trick. I hard pan the first two voices right and the second two voices left. So basically I separate it and I can have more possibilities to modify the sounds. So track 1 is just listening to the track that are hard pan right, and it goes through in A, B, A, and the other one is listening to the input B. Then I have a chain effect that is mirrored between these two blocks. It's just compressor, delay, filter, and a plate reverb. So in this way I can listen just to the first two voices or the other two voices. At this moment I'm using track 5 as my sample player, so it's the only track that is using something that I pre-recorded. It can be some like ambient tone, it can be some drum loop, it can be some field recording. Right now I have this sample that I made with the Elektron rhythm. On track 6 I have my kicks. So I realized that what I mostly need when I play is just having one kick. So I decided not to bring my drum machine to make the setup smaller. So I have a chain of 40 different kicks that I can select, and right now it sounds like this. Track 7 is my resampler. Basically it listens the main output of the Octatrack and resample. So I set up the recording buffer like that, having 16 step and listening to main. Whenever I want to trigger the recording, I just press yes. Now it's recording. And now it's there. This allows me to play with the Octatrack and do some weird thing. maybe this can also help me to just let what I did so far play while I am going back to my MIDI track and change the sequences. Okay. Okay, so the main out goes inside channel 1 of my mixer, and then I route the Perfourmer also to my Q out, and the Q out goes inside my Microcosm and room, and this is to get some interesting ambiances out of it. So let's listen what happened there. Always active even if I turn the channel 1 down. So with this one I can really play, and the hologram is pretty fun, and just like each of the algorithm that he has is very interesting, so it really allows you to create something on the fly. It's synced with the MIDI, so his timing is perfect. And then it goes in one of my favorite reverbs and the room, and even this one gives me a lot of hands-on control to shape the sound, and I think this adds a lot of depth to the basic loop that is going on. Then on the Model 1, I have 2 aux send, and one goes to my Eventide Space and one into the Benidab digital echo. So let's listen to that. Let's just use the clean one. So I like to have separate tracks for them because I can work on the sound of the effects and EQ it. I can feed back into it. And create interesting new effects. This is the reverb. And this is my Benidab. So the Benidab, it works amazing as a dub echo, of course. Doesn't have a tap tempo, so it's pretty organic, and it's interesting because it has that level of imperfection that I really love. He has a filter, so I can work both with the filter here and the filter here. And if you feed back into itself, it can go in that dub territory that I really like. So when you put everything together, goes into my Autobahn, and it adds a little of compression and some distortion if you want. Then it also has a very nice filter, so it's another layer of control. I mean, Model 1 has a lot of filtering tool, and it sounds amazing. So can select what kind of sound I want from the slice, and I can just play live. I set up some scenes to add some other effects that happens inside the Octatrack, like this one. It's a long feedback delay. I have a chorus. I'm using track 8 as a master, so I can play with the freeze delay. That's about it. It's just like, at this point I can resample what I'm hearing. Basically is a never-ending fun. Right now I can go back in my MIDI, I can change my bass, for example. So as you see, these allow a lot of experimentation and kind of wild result, and you need to embrace that. Something wrong can happen, and it's what I like of this setup. It's just very freeing and like to practice a couple of hours every day and just see where it goes, and I record and I sample part of it. And yeah, I'm very excited and I can't wait to use this live out. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. Next video will talk more deeply about the Perfourmer. That is the new synth that I got a couple of weeks ago and I really love it. And then I will do maybe a video about the Model1 where I go in detail on how I'm using it for both live and for recording. Okay, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.